Hello, this is Stephan from SK Mouthpieces. In this video I will be refacing a vintage Tonemaster Otto Link mouthpiece. In a previous video you can see how I put the bite plate on here. In this video today I will show you or at least part of the refacing process of this mouthpiece. It actually required quite a bit of work. This mouthpiece is going to be refaced and I will show you part of the process right now. Okay, so the table on this mouthpiece is really off. As you can see here, the break is like off and it's all the way down by 70. Normally these mouthpieces, the break or the length of the facing is 48. On this mouthpiece I'm actually going to put a 50 length facing on it. 50 is really 50, you count 50 half millimeters, so it's really 25 millimeters. You see that I'm working on the table here, flattening the table and bringing it down, and I kind of gave up on the 400 grit sandpaper that's usually enough, and I started using 240 grit just to get down on the table to be able to get anything that resembles a workable facing on it. Here you can see that I'm shaping the tip rail to match the reed, and it's kind of a back and forth process as I reface this mouthpiece. I think you'll see me later in the video working on this again, but in the beginning I just kind of get a rough sense of what the tip rail is supposed to look like. And I also bring the side rails in. I think later in the video I will be doing that again because as you open the mouthpiece they kind of come out. On the inside and the corners inside the mouthpiece here, I'm working on it as well because the side rails are really wide and the tip rail is really wide as well. So here I'm bringing the outside in a little bit again. And here I'm working on the baffle area and the tip rail, the inside of the tip rail. On this mouthpiece there's a lot of work and it was kind of bumpy. So I'm here, you can see that I'm working on some of the bumps to have it be more even on the inside. And here I'm just polishing up the sides a little bit. I think actually later in the video you'll see me filing them in again, so I think I did this a couple of times. And here I'm just getting it to look a little better with the sandpaper. Now I'm starting to look at the facing, and I'm starting to dial it in a little better. At this point here, this is I think this was 1500 grit sandpaper. So I usually start with 400 grit sandpaper, then I go to 800 grit sandpaper, then I go to 1500, and then I go to 2000, and often I go even finer and often end up like with 7000 grit sandpaper. I'm working on the side rails again, and like I said in the beginning of the video, it's often like a back and forth thing because everything shifts every time you work on the facing and you move things around. But I'm getting towards the end of it here and I'm polishing up the baffle area. Now I'm working on like the finer details of the facing here, and it's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, so I'm starting to get the numbers in place here, and the tip is going to be 105. That's actually more than I thought I could get from this mouthpiece. Normally, if you want to open up a mouthpiece, you can bend them, but this particular type of mouthpiece is not very easy to bend because it's so rounded in the floor. If you look over the bite plate, it's from side to side, it's really round, so it's kind of like bending pipe, and it's very hard to bend it, not make dents in it. If you're interested in seeing what it actually plays like, please remember to click subscribe and also click on the bell button so that you get notifications for upcoming videos.